So what are the 2, 3, 5, 10 things you would tell yourself if you could go back to when you first started your business, or when you first started your career, or some other major thing that lasts for a really long time in your life? And I always think about this time of year. September is the month that I left my corporate job. I'd been in that career for 20 years. I'd been with that company more than 11 years. And it was a really big deal. I refer to it affectionately as the work divorce, because I took it in stride and it hit me like a couple of months later. People I'd talked to every single day, I wasn't really talking to anymore. So that's when I officially started my own business and chose to not find another job in that industry, which was the wine and spirits industry, and to just start my own business and get into marketing and learn more things about the online world and get better at some of those skills I'd been developing. And that's really what I want to talk about today. So let's dive in. Quickly, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead, click that subscribe button. You might see a graphic somewhere on the screen here, and click the bell. Then you'll know every time I post a new video. Videos are typically posted on Mondays. This one's out on a Tuesday because I just birthed a new quiz. We'll talk about that at the end. And that's what I was finishing up yesterday. So let's dive in. I'm Penny Kelly, Marketing Profit School founder, and this is really, when I think about it, it could be 50 things. It could be 100 things, right? We could go on and on forever about what are the things I would tell myself when I was first getting started that could really make a difference and move the needle and impact my results, your results. So here are my top 5. I took a really long list and I drilled it down to the top 5. So if you start at number 5, get started. Just get started. Sort of rip that Band-Aid off, take that first step, right? The quote, "The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." There's a great Dr. Martin Luther King quote that I like about not needing to see the whole staircase, just the one step in front of you. You just have to get started. So whatever it is that you're dreaming you can accomplish, start small, but think big. Think as big as you can imagine, and then make it bigger. And then those daily actions you're taking are going to help you step toward that big thing you see in your future. And you just have to get started. So start small, think big, but most importantly, get started. Okay. Thing number 4, resilience. Resilience and adaptability. And that's really, resilience to me is a lot about adaptability. And we hear in the entrepreneurship space a lot, fail forward, right? You either win or you learn. And I learned a lot those first few years because I did a lot wrong. I was trying to take my corporate behavior and make it fit an entrepreneur's world. And it didn't work out so well in the beginning, but I learned a lot of lessons. And eventually I was able, a few years in, to look back and see the transferability of those skills. And there really is a lot. If you have some kind of work experience in a professional or career setting, and then you start a side hustle, want to start your own business, whatever that looks like, there are a lot of those skills that are really transferable or adaptable to your new business, but you have to see how they fit in, and you have to make some adjustments along the way. So that's where the resilience becomes adaptability. And not staying down when you get knocked down, shake it off and get up and move on, like you would tell your toddler when your kids were little, right? Just shake it off. You're fine. And that is a really hard one to learn, because we have in our minds that things are going to work out a certain way, and they don't always work out that way. And Seth Godin, I'm a big Seth Godin fan, and he talks about, this might work, it might not. Everything we do is an experiment, yet you can take calculated risks. And when you have some smart marketing or skills behind yourself, you can also sort of stack the odds in your favor, make it more likely that you're going to have positive outcomes. And that's what I really focus on with students and clients, is how can we stack the cards, stack the odds in your favor. So we're giving you every possible opportunity for success. Maybe you don't hit that mark on the next launch, but you hit bigger than you've ever done before because we made these few little tweaks and twists and did things a little bit differently than you've done it before. So that's a really, really important one. Be resilient, fail forward. And that is definitely adaptability. We all know Darwin said survival of the fittest is all about adaptability. It's not about strength, right? Okay, so number 3 is stay curious. Be a lifetime learner and apply this not only into gaining knowledge, but also into solving problems. Always look at a problem not as how can I fix it, but what can I do differently so that this isn't a problem anymore? And so many people don't do that. We stop and we just kind of drive forward, full steam ahead, straight into that problem, trying to fix things because that's sort of the world we grew up in, right? Especially in my house, my mom built our living room and my dad was an auto mechanic. So we fixed a lot of things in our house, and learning how to take a step back. And that's like both of my parents taught me that as well. You take a step back and look at it from every angle and see if you're missing something or see what's going to get you the best outcome. And that curiosity and that lifetime learning, I have never met a book I didn't love. There were some that, I didn't love the stories they told, but I think there's a lot of value in having a Kindle subscription or an Audible subscription, something, or going to the library if you're on a tight budget, whatever that looks like. Find a resource where you can read books. And if you want to learn about copywriting or storytelling, don't give up fiction. The first several years after I started my business, I focused really on nonfiction books and business books, and amazing how much better that creativity flows when you're also reading fiction or listening to fiction. That could be podcasts and things like that too. I'm a book girl. So I love podcasts too. I love a few videos on YouTube as well. But at the end of the day, I love reading and I read every day. So that's really, that lifetime learning and that staying curious makes a huge difference down the road. Now, if you have a favorite book, fiction or nonfiction, drop it in the comments. Tell me about it. Let's have a conversation. I'd love to hear from you and hear what your favorite book is. You can tell me both. What's your favorite fiction and what's your favorite nonfiction or business book? I'd love to know. Okay, back to our list. Number 2, people matter. When we surround ourselves with quality people, amazing things can happen. And from my perspective, people matter inside your business and outside your business. Your client journey, the way you take care of your customers and clients, is the foundation for building a bigger, stronger company long term. And it can help you grow so much faster. A satisfied customer is like the best marketing plan in the world. And internally, quality people are people you can trust, people that are in alignment with your values, which your personal values over time become very parallel with your company values. And it's more than just window dressing for your about page on your website. It is how you run your business and how you live your life and the way you give back, and all those things impact. And we want to attract the people to our business that are in alignment with those values so that we build a business that has purpose and that has impact. And that is, at the end of the day, very important, I think, for most of us who start our own businesses. Now, the number one thing for me is investing in yourself and heeding the advice of wise counsel. So having business coaching or a mentor that I work with every year is part of my yearly budget. Some years it's been pretty tiny, some years it's been bigger. And, the coaching program that I'm currently in as a student or as a mentee, I'm getting so much done so much faster because I am surrounded by other very high-level entrepreneurs. So everybody in the group, where nobody's behind, you are where you are, but we're also all of us are really motivated to build and grow and to help our clients if we're B2B, or to help our customers if we're B2C. And we really push each other to grow faster and do bigger and better things, because there's plenty for everyone, right? There's not that scarce mentality of, oh, if you win, then I can't. That's not what it is. Competition is okay and it has a place. And in these communities where we really all support each other, it makes a very big difference. So having a budget, or having that notion of, I need a coach or a mentor to work with me, because we all have blind spots in our business. And sometimes it takes another set of eyes to see those and to help you get past them. And the second part of that, the heeding the advice of wise counsel. If you are investing in a coach or a consultant to work with, please do what they're telling you to do, or go through that exercise, do the thing that you're being asked to do in that program that you invested in. You raised your hand and said you wanted to do it. So follow the training, follow the advice of the people who've been there before you, who are helping you. And that always, it just baffles me when clients will pay me for my expertise and then just not take the advice or not take the actions related to it. So it's one of those strange human behavior things, right? I have a degree in psychology. I love thinking about it. It can be very frustrating as a coach sometimes. But that's just, that's life. That's the human condition. So invest and then heed the advice of that wise counsel that you invest in, so that they can help you achieve your wild, think big dreams, no matter how small you're starting. And those are my top 5. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. This is a little bit different, a little deeper, definitely more personal with some things. And I would love to have you subscribe to the channel and ring that bell so you know when new videos get dropped. And last thing for today, that quiz that I mentioned. If you are curious about what's stopping your business growth, what's getting in the way of you getting to where you want to be with that business growth, then you definitely want to take my new quiz. You can find the link in the description of this video and probably somewhere else on the channel as well. And I would love to see what your results are and give you some tips and some training that may be able to help you grow faster, eliminate those blind spots, and move forward with your business growth. So have an amazing day. I will see you back here next week. Bye now.